Hey there, I'm Chef Ani, and today we are making 3 fabulous holiday Christmas side dishes. And they're super simple to make. You're going to be sipping hot drinks and sitting in front of that fire in no time at all. We're going to start with roasted sweet potato slices with fresh cranberry pomegranate relish. This is not only delicious, but look how beautiful. I mean, they're going to make your table shine. The second recipe, we're going to be tackling Brussels sprouts. Now, if somebody in your family doesn't like Brussels sprouts, or maybe you don't, there's a good chance that maybe they weren't prepared very tasty. So I'm going to show you my secrets and my family's secrets for making Brussels sprouts really taste amazing with a little garlic, a little salt, and roasting them to perfection. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to roast some carrots, but they're also delicious because we're going to glaze them in this maple syrup glaze. It's going to be amazing. So let's get right into this video and get started. So enough talking, let's get cooking. So we're starting off with our sweet potato dish. Of course, you need some sweet potatoes. I'm just going to peel mine, slice it into even slices. You don't want them too thick or too thin because you want it to cook evenly. Once you've sliced your sweet potato, we're going to put it in a bowl, sprinkle it with a little salt, some olive oil, and we're just going to make sure everything is nicely coated. Now, you could do this in a bag and just, mix it around with the bag. That would work. Or you can do it with your hands. And we're going to place them on a baking sheet tray and bake them for a few minutes. So while the sweet potato is in the oven, we're going to work on our fresh cranberry relish. So it really is handy if you have a food processor. We're going to add in some cranberries, some fresh ginger, and the easiest way to peel ginger is with a spoon. And we're going to grate in that fresh ginger. And we're adding in a little maple syrup just to bring in that sweetness. It is delicious, but if you don't have maple syrup, you could also use agave nectar or whatever sweetener you like to use. So we're going to pulse this into a rough mixture. Looks so pretty, isn't that pretty, Mom? That is Christmas in a food processor. Next, I'm going to add in some fresh pomegranate seeds and a little orange zest. This just adds a really nice bright flavor to this that I love. So we're just going to put a little dollop of the relish on each sweet potato slice along with some fresh mint. Moving on to our next recipe, we are roasting Brussels sprouts. Now, if you don't like Brussels sprouts and you have no intention of making this recipe, you can skip forward. I have put markers. If anyone has noticed, I've started to put markers down below that if you ever get tired of me talking or something, you can skip ahead and get to the part that you want to. So if you don't want to see me do Brussels sprouts, just move ahead. But do you want to see me do Brussels sprouts?
I want to see you do Brussels sprouts.
This is a super simple recipe. All you need is a little olive oil, some crushed garlic, and a little salt. The other secret to delicious Brussels sprouts is not overcooking them. If they get too mushy, it's downhill from there, don't you think? Yeah. The key really is to not overcook the Brussels sprouts. It's better to undercook them a little bit, in my opinion, than to overcook them. Then we just pop this in the oven to bake for a few minutes. We are to our last recipe, which is roasted carrots. So we start with some fresh carrots. I'm just going to toss them in a little olive oil and salt just to coat them before putting them on a baking sheet tray and roasting them for a few minutes. So while our carrots are roasting, we're going to work on the glaze. I have a little vegan margarine here, but you could also use oil, or if you don't want to use oil at all, you don't have to use any. And we're going to add in some maple syrup. This is going to make a really nice glaze for these carrots. And I like to add in a pinch of crushed red pepper, and you could really add as much or as little of this as you want. If you want real spice, add in a bit more. If you are a little wary on the spice, just add a tiny bit. It's really up to you. And we're going to coat our carrots in the glaze and top this dish all off with some chopped pistachio nuts. I love the way the pistachios add color and also texture and flavor to this dish. It is a fabulous thing to add on top. So there you have it. Those are 3 of my favorite holiday side dishes. If you are looking for more recipes though, I have a plant-based mashed potatoes and gravy on my website, along with red cabbage. It really doesn't feel like Christmas until you smell the smells of Norwegian red cabbage on Christmas. As always, you can get all the recipes I cook in these videos on my website, chefani.com. I'll leave a link down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe and hit the like button, it really does help me out, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday with another video.